brothers and sisters, right? If you a Christian brother or sister who that's what you believe in. You believe in God, you believe in Jesus, you believe in the Bible, all these sentiments. Look, some of us don't believe in that shit. Some of us are got strong feelings about this information when it comes to the accuracy of it, when it comes to how it has affected Black people. Even though that's the case, when I see a Christian brother or sister, my whole thing is, if you're using the Bible to become a better person, if you're using the Bible to better you, better your family, better your relationships, use it. I'm not gonna be negative about it. I'm not gonna speak ill about you. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna ask questions. We can have a conversation. We can find a common ground. What this sister is doing, and I don't know if she playing or she 100 about it, but what this sister's doing is highly like detrimental to our community. Like being this close-minded, nothing good can come from this. You feel me? Like, because you don't have to, if somebody believes in African spirituality, if you don't understand it, ask questions. Have a purposeful dialogue so you can get some out of it. This sister is preferencing the fact that he has on a lot of jewelry, right? Like, outside looking in, you see a Black man with a lot of jewelry on, you thinking flossing, you thinking negative shit, you thinking he's selling drugs, you thinking he's trying to show you his jewelry to make up for the lack of his self-worth. I get it. I know where you're coming from, but that's not all of us. Like, judging a book by its cover is actually some foul shit. We always make that correlation, but that's not something you should do. So this sister on a platform as big as hers to approach this young brother like this is counterproductive, in my opinion. So let's continue. So at this point, she's questioning his jewelry, because like I said, I'm guessing she said, okay, this is just a nigga like any other nigga. This is just jewelry he's wearing. Well, maybe it means something to him. Maybe he got information behind it. Maybe there's knowledge behind what you deem niggatry. You know what I mean? So here, listen to a little more of this, family.
Exactly. You ain't even asked.
What does it mean? Walk us through it. No, seriously.
This is called the flower of life.
Okay.
Same thing I got tatted on my hand.
Okay.
1.618. Now, I believe in divinity. My indictment number was 01618. That's the Fibonacci sequence. That is the level of, anything in the universe. If I take that paper cup and I rip it up, even if it's in different sizes, it's always going to have a mathematical ratio of 1.618.
Yeah.
This right here is the story of the universe. When you having a child, right? In the embryo in your womb is developing into a fetus, it develops at a mathematical ratio of 1.618.
Okay.
So this right here is literally the story of creation.
Hold it up to the camera so they can see it.
It's the story of creation within the universe in alignment with the chakra system.
Okay.
So you said the LGBTQ, I'm assuming, because it looks like rainbow colors.
Yeah, it looks like rainbow colors.
Now the LGBTQ, which is a little satanic sect operated by George Soros, actually reversed the chakras. The rainbow is the visible light spectrum, which is in the center of the electromagnetic spectrum of the sun.
Okay.
And so you have red to purple. After purple, you get 780 terahertz level of vibration and light, and then it begins to solidify and become melanin. And then the sunlight hits the nitrogen in the atmosphere, specifically nitrogen 14. Nitrogen 14 converts into carbon 12, and this is why carbon is 99% throughout the universe. So I said to say this, the visible light spectrum is the chakras, it's the rainbow. And then when you reverse the chakras.
Okay, real quick. Like I said, I'm going to dip in and out the video. What do you think somebody should do if you hear a brother talking like this, right? And let's say you don't know what the fuck he's talking about, right? You've never heard these words put together the way he's put them together. You have no idea what he's talking about. What is the correct course of action to be like as productive as possible as an individual in this society? What should you do if you see all this or you hear all this and think, I don't know what the fuck this brother's talking about? Are you going to come down on him? Are you going to speak in a negative tone? Are you going to be condescending? No. What you should do is write this shit down, wait till the camera go off if you need to, get the information from him, look it up yourself. Then come back and have a great dialogue with him about whether it's true, whether it ain't true. if we see any black man, because I'm tired of this shit, like to a degree, just 1 second real quick, family. Something that I see that I don't like a lot. A lot of black men get like this hotep claim, right? So if you speaking about a black man who is using African spirituality, African history to get women, to fraud people, to be a scammer, fuck that nigga. I'm not talking about none of that kind of stuff. The most of the people I see, right, who are seeking knowledge and use African spirituality, or they start reading and gaining knowledge in all these different areas, they're just seeking the truth. Now, of course, at the same time, this is still a black man. So this is still a black man who probably had a single mother, who probably got some trauma he's still dealing with. So I'm tired of, we get to spaces where we see a black man doing something positive, right? He not rapping, he not selling dope, he kicking history or knowledge, whatever the case may be. Then you find out he got a baby mama, or you find out he had a domestic dispute. You find out he did something you don't like, and all of a sudden we canceling him. Family, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect at all. So you're gonna get individuals who know information, know history, know how to teach it, conveying something that's true, but they may got demons. They may got something going on. And what the fuck that got to do with you? How was the message? You feel me? Now, I'm not rocking with pedophiles. I'm not rocking with people who touch kids. I'm not rocking with people who just do murder for no reason. I have a line. But if I'm talking about a black man who just speaking truth to power, and he may have some personal issues, or he may have said something, stop all that shit. Stop all the judgment. So Tasha K could mean very well. This was a whole interview. I'm always going to keep it in a contextual space. This is a whole interview that I have not seen. I've seen pieces of it, but from this, in another clip I seen, the antagonistic methods, like the going about this in a way where this brother's crazy or something's wrong with him, all because he's speaking some spiritual shit. He's speaking something you may not know. This is ignorance, family. Let's continue to listen to a little more of this.
You get the upside down rainbow. So in your mind, you connected this with the LGBTQ because that is a form of brain control. They take the universal science and they pervert it. And then when you see it.
Could it not just be that we want to include everybody?
Okay, see, here's the thing. Again, I have nothing personal against Tasha K. I've seen videos of hers that I don't like. I've seen a couple interviews that I do like. This sister has built a great platform. I fuck with her for that. But this is fucking ignorant. To say this brother is dropping science on you about how the signs and the symbols that are used in this country are a lot of times perverted and taken from African shit just to kind of fuck your mind up. This is fact, family. Now, again, if you don't know any of this, you never heard of this, you don't know nothing about this, shut the fuck up, ask questions, research later. But to simplify it, he say, look, you looking at this symbol I got in my medallion, you see it as an LGBT symbol. I'm telling you the history of this symbol. Let's just say she don't believe he telling the truth. I don't believe in just going along with anybody. Say, research it first. Research it first. But what if we just want to include this go along to get along shit? This is not helpful, family. Again, I don't knock anybody who hustle. You got a platform where you talk about gossip, you talk about whatever. The business acumen required at times to get to the level she at, I fuck with that. But to what point? Like, what are we really fucking doing out here? That's why I got to continue doing what I'm doing, because too many people just want to shuck and jive. Can I keep it real? Too many niggas just want to shuck and jive, dance, use the lower form of your thinking pattern. I know this is easier. I know this is more beneficial. I know this can be more lucrative financially, but who gives a shit if we in a situation where black folks in America getting killed, getting getting disenfranchised, getting put in all of these awkward ass positions by the system that we still dealing with in 2022. I'm gonna play a couple videos after this one, or talk about a few things after this one to highlight the fact that a lot of the shit that has always been happening to us in this country is still happening now. And we got niggas like this who are frowning upon African spirituality, but I bet she believe in Christianity, though. I don't know this to be a fact, but I put money on it. I put money on it that she believe in a Jesus. You feel me? Listen to a little bit more of this, man. When I first seen this video, I got kind of upset, family, to see an older black person. She my age, she 40 and over, speaking about African spirituality in our history in a way that's so negligent. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be nice here, man, in a way that's so negligent. You feel me? So listen to a little more of this.
From every way.
It does not matter if you want to include everybody. You have to ask somebody. Listen here, we bring some Blood and some Crips in here. We can include them, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a gangbanger.
I mean, we do.
But you still got to ask them why they throwing up pitchforks.
Snoop Dogg is throwing up signs on national TV.
Who throws up a pitchfork?
Uh-huh.
Why you throwing up a pitchfork? All I'm saying is people need to start explaining their behavior around here.
Okay.
Explain why you got that on. Explain, just like you asked me what direction. Yeah. Why can't I ask people, what is that symbol about?
What is that bracelet? What does that represent?
Oh, this just flyness right here.
Oh, it's just flyness.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is flyness right here.
All right. What about the other rings right there? Hold them up so they can see them.
Okay, this is that camera right there.
Yeah.
This is the Eye of Horus right here. Also got this tatted on my face.
Okay.
And Derek Grace's wife stole my tattoo, so now I'm gonna keep shooting my shot at his wife on purpose.
Well, I saw Brother Polite with that tattoo.
No, you didn't. You seen him with paint on his face. You didn't see him with a tattoo. Let's be specific here.
Okay.
You ain't never seen nobody on the planet Earth with this tattoo until I got it.
Okay.
And then his wife copied.
Okay.
But she didn't copy.
Okay, here. And this is the other thing, right?
What?
This is the thing that
these are artifacts.
Here, no, I rewinded a little too far. But this is another thing, right? When I'm listening to a young black brother who is knowledgeable, right? Sometimes men have ego. Sometimes men can come off a little full of themselves. Sometimes men, there's some traits that come with being a man at times, and the better of us try to ward off these practices. You know what I mean? Like using your ego, being arrogant about shit, being obviously arrogant, right? But I know how to put this shit to the side based on the knowledge you kicking. Based on the understanding, if you come off a little arrogant as a black man, sometimes you got to, right? Sometimes if you want to get to where you're trying to go, if you want to stake your claim in whatever it is you're doing, you got to let motherfuckers know, no, I'm here and I'm doing this my way. But unfortunately, white folks and sometimes black folks, just like Tasha K right now, you see a black man talking confidently. He's talking with confidence. His chest is out. He ain't looking to the fucking ground. Oh, he arrogant. Why are you doing all this? Why? God damn, man. It's bad enough we got to deal with this shit with people outside of our community. I'm sorry, y'all. This clip I'm playing from the sister Tasha K, this shit's embarrassing. Again, I don't know if she's playing. I don't know if there's more information that I'm missing, but how she's interviewing this young brother who's nothing but a knowledge seeker, right? Who got his problems like every other person walking the earth. But it's a lot of brothers I know who don't give a shit about history. It's a lot of brothers I know who don't even take the time to read a book to get this type of knowledge. So when the brother do, the first thing you're going to say is, what this mean? But you know what I mean? It's kind of insulting the way she approaching the brother. But let me finish it real quick for y'all.
Oh.
Yeah. So in your mind, you connected this with the LGBTQ because they
represent.
Oh, this just fly and they act
Okay.
And Derek Grace's wife stole my tattoo, so now I'm gonna keep shooting my shot at his wife on purpose.
Well, I saw Brother Polite with that tattoo.
No, you didn't. You seen him with paint on his face. You didn't see him with a tattoo. Let's be specific here.
Okay.
You ain't never seen nobody on the planet Earth with a tattoo until I got it.
Okay.
And then his wife copied.
Okay.
But she didn't copy and say, you know what, I was inspired by young Pharaoh. She copied and then act like she did it first.
Mm.
And she's a black woman.
Mm.
But I ain't gonna say nothing to her because if I do, I'm gonna be bullying. So now I'm gonna say something to her nigga. And now I want to fight her nigga.
Do you not believe in like you setting trends?
No, I believe in giving people their credit.
But not everybody's gonna give you credit. They may just see
Then
you and be
that's
inspired.
called intellectual disingenuousness.
Why? They don't know you. Did she know you?
It doesn't matter. When I give lectures, I don't say I found something out if I didn't find it out. I say this is where I got it from. Because that's called intellectual integrity.
Mm.
That's a thing.
Okay.
Like you can get kicked out of the scientific community for that. You can't steal somebody else's work.
That's citing someone's work. That's plagiarism or whatever you call it.
This means something to me.
What does it mean?
This right here is symbolic to oneness within the mind. So this right here looks like an eye, but it's actually glands and capacities within the brain. So the eyebrow is symbolic to thought, right? This right here is symbolic to smell. This right here is the tongue. It's symbolic to taste.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is symbolic to physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
Taste, touch, sight, sound, smell. And then your eye is your pineal gland. It's called your third eye because it actually has an iris in the same tissues as your eye. You actually have an eye in your head. And so the eye of Horus, if you were to take the left and right hemispheres of the brain and separate them, you have what's called the corpus callosum in medical science.
Mm-hmm.
That looks exactly like this because it is. And our ancestors knew in Egypt that you only have one sense, which is your electromagnetic field, touch. In order for you to smell, atoms and molecules have to touch your nostrils. In order for you to hear, sound waves have to touch the bones in your ear. It's called bone conduction. In order for you to taste, food has to touch your tongue. In order for you to see, light has to touch your eyes. So you only really have one physical sense, which is touch. And you divide that one sense through feeling, just like that, just like they made that movie, The Sixth Sense. But anyway, that is what this is symbolic to. And I got this tattooed on my right eye because this is symbolic to my intellectual, my logistics side. On your right side is considered the eye of Ra, the all-seeing eye. So this means something to me spiritually. This is why I got it. I don't know why the fuck she went and got it.
Well, maybe it means something to her spiritually as well.
Well, why would you act like you? Why?
So again, I'm gonna get to a little more of the video, but this brother is dropping science, and I'm always perplexed, family, when I see Black Americans specifically so in tune with the sentiments of the Bible, so in tune with Easter, in the relevance of Christmas and all this bullshit. But you get a brother talking about African spirit. Again, if you don't know this to be true, if you're hearing him speak and you don't know it to be true, research it yourself. But I would bet money that Tasha K would consider herself a Christian when she ain't never read the whole Bible, ain't never read the whole Quran, ain't never done like a thoughtful perusal of all of these texts to get a great understanding of what she should believe in and what she shouldn't believe in. So my point is, you shouldn't shit on African spirituality if you around here practicing paganism, family. If you celebrating all these holidays that don't mean shit. Look, I can understand if a person says, look, I'm not rocking with African spirituality. I'm not rocking with religion either. Like, I'm a step back and ask questions and research for myself. This is a smart person. But to shun shit that you don't know about, especially when you're praying to a sky daddy. Like, look, I'm at a point now where I don't have anything negative to say about somebody who's Christian, as long as what you're doing is benefiting the community as a whole, as long as what you're doing is making you a better person for your wife, for your kids, for the people around you. I'm rocking with it. But let's not act like there isn't a piece of fairy tale in most religions. Like, stop it. So to treat a brother who fuck with African spirituality the way she is, it's disheartening when she's this old of an individual. Because I say, if you don't have a YouTube page about gossip about what's going on with celebrities, I'm not hating on that. I don't do that. I'm not comfortable in some of those spaces, but people like it. There is an audience for it. But I say stay away from this shit. If you're going to focus on the gossip and who shot John and who dating who, be in that space, but don't come over to some conscious shit and try to shit on it because she brought up Brother Polite, who I'll go on record as saying, if you a brother who molesting kids, who's scamming our community, I'm going to have something to say about that. But at the end of the day, if you've given knowledge, if besides that, if your words and your information can be beneficial to us, take the meat, spit out the bones. Like, you ain't got to like a motherfucker to like their information. You see what I'm saying? And she bringing up people, and it seems like she has this negative type of trope about conscious people, and I don't like that when we appreciate gossip. We appreciate Christianity in its fullness when it comes to American Christianity. In family, a lot of that shit's bullshit. So if you're going to question something, question everything. That's my point. Let me finish watching a little bit of this, family. Hold on one second.
Why, when you made it public, you didn't make it public the way I made it?
Now I know
Why did you make it like you was the originator and you came out with it first and I got no credit?
I love your passion. I love your message. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I get a little distracted with everything that you got going on here. Okay. You know, as well as the viewers know, and everybody else that watches you, of course, because you say you are a very animated individual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Being that you have done time, and you speak so passionately about your ancestors. Have you been to Africa? Have you been to Egypt?
Hold on, God damn it. That is one of the most ignorant statements I've heard an older Black person say. Because again, everybody should realize it's about conversation, about communication. And we know this, but I'm surprised. I'm running into all these old motherfuckers who don't know basic tenements of conversation. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it, family. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So you can question the fact that, hey, you rocking with this African spirituality stuff and you doing all this. Have you ever been there? There's a way to ask these type of questions without being so venomous, without being so not just nonchalant, but it's like a negative energy attached to it. When I almost know for sure. Somebody send me something and I'll apologize if I'm wrong. I know for sure she's a fucking Christian. Have you ever been to Jerusalem? God damn it. Have you ever been to any of the places in the Bible at all? Attempt to go. But you're talking shit about a brother who believes in African spirituality. How dare you? You fucking Christian. How dare you? Let's stop the bullshit. If you won't step back and question everybody. I'm questioning Christians, Buddhists, Muslims, atheists. I'm questioning everybody. Step back and question everybody, right? But I bet you this woman is a Christian. So how dare a Christian question somebody who believes in Egyptology or believes in African spirituality? How dare you question somebody who believes in these things when you believe in fairy tales in real life? Stop it. See? But we shouldn't have to come to that level of contempt. You see what I'm saying? Let's start with respect. How about we fuck YouTube and making money off of talk? Fuck all that. How about we start with love? Like on some real shit. We can't have a conversation where we question somebody, get a lot of viewers, be real popular, but we start with love and just work our way back and have a regular conversation. I'm baffled by the level of ignorance by older Black people. Teenager, 20, you're in your 30s, your early 30s, cool. But 40-something, 50? Nigga, you should be ashamed of yourself. Me listen to a little bit more of this shit, man. This shit got me, man.
I'm about to go. But COVID slowed me down. I was gonna go to Egypt and then they dropped the COVID bomb. And I'm not taking the test. I'm not getting none of that.
But how do you speak so passionately about somewhere you've never been?
I'm about to go.
Okay. So what if you go over there?
But Egyptians were over here though. You know that, right? You know
I
the
get
pharaohs
that.
in the Grand Canyon, right?
I mean, I get that.
And they civilized. You know they taught. You know they came over here and civilized this whole everybody over here.
So you read that in the book?
Stop this shit.
The Mayans actually were civilized by the Egyptians.
damn it.
There's actually a temple over there called the Nagamaya Temple, which means brotherly tribe that came across the water.
All right. So look, only way my words won't make sense right now is if Tasha K is an atheist. The only way all this is gonna make sense if she's an atheist and she don't believe in shit. Then I'm rocking with her. These are probable questions. These questions make sense for an individual who's an atheist. I don't believe in God, Christ, Jesus, God damn it, Mansa Musa, nobody. I don't believe in shit. I get it. If she don't believe in nothing, then this line of questioning makes sense. But if you a Christian, God damn it, how dare you? How dare you? You see? So I say, stay away from this kind of shit. If you are a gossip columnist and you be on the who fucked who dating who, stay there. Stay there. Young Pharaoh is a young brother who, from all accounts, by watching him, seeing what he go through, troubled young brother, going through shit with his baby mama. He go through things. He said things I don't like. So what? You know how many black men out here lost? You know how many black men out here don't have an attachment to anything bigger than themselves? Ain't never read a book, ain't never did research on where we come from, ain't never took the time to get an understanding of who he is. You see? So when I see a young black man who's striving to figure out who he is, while at the same time using history and knowledge as his base, you gotta salute that, family. In America, where nobody does that. Nobody does that. And we got white folks who already look at us as hoteps and all this funny shit. But then we got black folks over 40 doing the same fucking thing. You see what I'm saying? Let me watch a little more of this, then we go continue, family. But this is disheartening to me. And again, I'm not shitting on Tasha K. She has created a large platform. Salute to that, sister. But sister, you got to avoid shit like this. You got to do a little more research, sister. You got to dig a little bit deeper into who the fuck you are as a black person. Because seeing how you look, I'm sure if we did the DNA on you, it's going to come back some African shit. Right? So how about we all look for a real connection? Do you know how beneficial it is? Let's get to it. Do you know how beneficial it is for an Asian person or different Asian countries, Mexican person, Russian person, come to this country with their language and their culture intact? That's what nobody say about immigrants. Oh, how the fucking Hindus or Indians come to America and do better than you? And besides from the fact that they get a leg up and get loans that some of us can't qualify for, like, that should be obvious. The other thing is they're coming with their culture. I don't give a fuck how war-torn your country was. Y'all speaking a particular language. Ain't that some shit? Y'all still can just talk to each other if you wanted to. You got a home country. Do we know how beneficial it is to be an individual that has a home country? We are fucking stolen Africans in a foreign land that we help build, but still get the This is weird. Can we admit that? Being black in America is fucking weird, family. Your last name is Johnson or Smith or Conley or some bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with Africa. So excuse me if I want to read a book to get grounded. Right? Excuse me if I want to read something to ground myself to something besides these Christian beliefs, all this shit that don't mean nothing, that don't necessarily come from where we come from. Stop it. Stop it. And what if this young black man is on the verge of, I don't know, because you're talking to him like he a criminal. On some real shit, Tasha K, you're talking to him like he a criminal, right? Let's say he is on the verge of doing something negative. Let's say he is on the verge of doing some nigga shit per se. How do you think this conversation is going to fare? Like, what's the point of this conversation? Can I keep it real? Like, I'm not trying to be negative because I'm how people eat is how they eat. How people eat is how they eat. I'm not gonna knock that. I'm not gonna be nefarious about how I feel about that. How people eat is how they eat it. And people who take time to build something, I respect that. But cut the bullshit. Like, if we not gonna have productive conversations that can help somebody, what the fuck are we talking for? You feel me? So a little more of this video, man, then we're gonna move forward.
And so that's my issue. It's like it's different from reading something as opposed to experiencing something, right?
Mhm.
And so my thing is you're preaching so passionately, which I love, and I love to see my Black men going in a positive direction, okay, especially enlightening our people or anybody for that matter. But when you speak about something and you've never been there, I guess that's where the contradiction can be made. Do you understand what I'm
But
saying?
what is the contradict? Listen to me.
It's like me speaking about South Africa.
So I'm assuming what I'm gonna assume, because I don't do this shit for clout to talk shit about somebody that's Black. That's not why I do it. I want context. I want everybody to win. Like, I really do believe that. But Tasha K must be an atheist. She bet not be no fucking Christian talking about, if you ain't never been nowhere, how you gonna claim it? I'll apologize for all my venomous if she's an atheist, right? But if you a Christian, Tasha K, if you believe in Sky Daddy, how fucking dare you ask somebody, how do you connect to somewhere you ain't been? Well, I gotta connect to something. The same way somebody Christian gonna connect to some tenements and some scriptures that ain't got shit to do with them, that's been perversed and rewrote and bastardized. Same way they can do that. But I'm only fucking with this if you're backing up and questioning everything, Tasha K. If you don't question Christians this same way, how dare you? You see what I'm saying? So a little more of this, then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk about some other things I've seen too. A couple other videos I've seen that I want to talk about. But this is important to me, y'all. Like, I'm making jokes, but